Ladies and gentlemen, it is that time. You've seen a man run fast, now prepare to see a car drive fast. This is Cars with robertness245. This is any percent no major exploits compact. And here comes your runner right now. Robert, take it away.
Hello, everybody. My name is Robert, and I am here to present to you Cars the video game. It's a racing game that was released in 6th of June 2006. I also have my commentator with me, Tab W, who has also speedrun this game before.
Hello, I'm Tap W, and my throat hurts.
yeah, his throat hurts, unfortunately, but you should be fine. Alright, so...
You can still talk.
Yeah, you can still talk. Okay, so we could just jump into it. So the timer is gonna start in 3, 2, 1, go.
Alright, so why don't we start with what exactly no major exploits entails?
Yeah.
Because this'll look like a major exploit to anyone who doesn't know.
Yeah, so like essentially, in this category, we are not allowed to manually reset ourselves during the off track. We let the game reset it for us, but we cannot reset it for ourselves. So that's the first gimmick. And the second thing we could also not do is performing lap skips. The lap system in this game is really broken. Like, on some certain racing, you can just, like, as soon as the race starts, you can just, like, drive backwards and you instantly skip the lap, which is funny. And the third thing is that, in addition to off tracks, we also cannot use off tracks to, like, let ourselves go out of bounds in a certain way if we manage to accomplish it. So that's the general idea of this no major exploits. Another thing that you may be noticing is that I am swerving my car left to right. It's called power slide boosting. So essentially, for example, I am swerving my car left to a little bit, and I let go of the power slide immediately and go to the opposite of direction, so I can get a small boost of it. And if you keep repeatedly do that, then you can reach as high as like 174. So it's a really useful technique that all runners have to use, because it's really, like I said, it's really useful to do, because otherwise it's slow as opposed to just driving straight in a line. So
Yeah. For reference, the power slide mechanic is this game's version of a sort of drift feature.
yeah, basically. Another thing that some people may have noticed, may not. It's a really small thing to notice, but there's like a technique in this, or rather a mechanic in this game. It's called burnout. If you press the reverse button a little bit, let go of it, and then immediately pressing the gas button to accelerate, it will give you a small boost acceleration, which it doesn't tell you unless someone were to tell you, or you look through the game's manual, which is like, it basically tells you how to do it, but the game doesn't tell you. So, and that's how we're doing. It saves you a bit of time per race every time, so it's a really useful thing to deal with.
Yeah, the thing about burnouts too is that you can sorry.
No, it's okay.
You can there is no like visual. There's basically no feedback for burnouts. Like in other games, like you would hear the tires screeching on the ground, and you would see like skid marks where your tires are. There's
Yeah.
no such feedback, so the only way to see is the only way to tell that you've accomplished a burnout is through the speed that you get.
Yeah.
And the thing about burnouts as well is, and why they're so impactful, is that if you're like in an off-track area and you're about to respawn, if you hold down the burnout and then release the burnout as the respawn occurs, then you will get that speed boost into the respawn. So that speed boost will carry into the respawn.
Yeah, essentially. It's like, it's really useful to have it. Ooh. Yeah, this uphill, it's a little bit challenging to deal with. If you don't take it in a certain way, you can like hit yourself. You won't have control over it, and you just hit yourself on the railing. So you don't want that to happen to you. It's not a major thing, but it's usually preferable if you don't hit it at best. So trying to take it in a normal line so that you can avoid it. Let's see if I can get this. Nope.
What he's trying to do there is what's called just a dialogue skip.
Yeah.
So you want to explain that?
Yeah. So essentially, hold on a minute. Let me. Okay. It just.
What was that camera angle?
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm really sorry about that. Okay, I tried to enter to the entrance normally, but for some reason my keyboard did not want to cooperate today. Dialogue skip. Essentially, what you want to try to do is you want to hit your character really hard so that it can trigger either a hit, grunt, or a scream. One of those three. Oops, I missed that. So you want to hit one of those three voice lines so that it cannot trigger the regular dialogue. Like, normally when you crossed the finish line, it plays the dialogue and the animation as well. So if you hit something really hard, it will skip all of that. So it's doing this thing. Sorry about that. It saves you a lot of time if you do it per race. I think it's like 10 seconds in total if you get it right. Maybe a bit more than that. But unfortunately, you can't do it in every race because there isn't a way to trigger yourself. It's to trigger a wreck hard every time. So we only do it on like a few selective race in general. So either if you can like do it, but it's either inconsistent or it's just risky. So I'm only doing like 3 dialogue skips that I know of. There's another one in a mini game, but I don't opt to go for it because like you could either get it or you lose time as a result because it makes your character spin out. So what's also another thing that someone may have noticed is that we did tractor tipping instead of doing the race. So after completing the Radiator Cup circuit, which was the second race that we did, the game gives us like 2 new events: tractor tipping, which is the mini game, and Sally's Sunshine Circuit, which is the race. In this mode, we opt to go for tractor tipping because it saves like a minute as compared to doing the regular race.
Yeah, and the thing about that is only in compact is that a time save, because the way the progression system works is that there's a set of required events you have to do in order to unlock the Piston Cup, and then a set amount of trophies you have to obtain in order to actually go to the Piston Cup. So each race will give you, or each event, so race or minigame, will give you an amount of trophies, but in compact, you'll get all the trophies you need just by doing the required events. In all, just for everyone. So We don't need
Yeah.
to do any trophy hunting like we do on full size.
Yeah, full size is like different compared to compact, so
Also, thank you, Sleb, for pointing out the jump cancel, which
oh,
is
the jump cancel. Yes, I forgot to
Yes.
mention that.
so yeah. If
You
you're going off a jump and you tilt at the right time, it'll cancel all the upward momentum you get from the jump, or a
Yeah.
lot of the upward momentum you get from the jump, so that you don't actually go into the air, and you can just keep driving on the ground and doing power slide boosts.
Yeah. It's generally better to just not go as high up in the air because you spend more time in the air, obviously, and you lose speed as a result. So, better to go lower on the ground. Alright, now we are going to our first piston cup race scene.
Yep.
And we're going to be doing another different technique. It's essentially the same thing as power slide, but instead is tilting. So, want to explain that, or you want me to?
Yeah, so tilt boosting is the same, like, conceptually as power sliding, where you do a bunch of them, like, very brief ones. Like, you do a
Yeah.
bunch of very brief power slides to power slide boost, and you do a bunch of very brief tilts to tilt boost. So you can see right there, he's going, like, 200, 2, 3, 4. Like, he's getting... Normally in this race, you would be about low 180s going around that
Yeah.
turn. But he's carrying all that speed like out of the turn, and he's going up to speeds that you wouldn't normally be able to achieve with lightning
Yeah.
on these straightaways.
Yeah. It also, in generally, helps you out with the corner as well, so that you don't, like, hit yourself riding against a wall or hit one of the NPCs.
Yeah. Tilting is both a speed boost and the way that you take corners. It is
Yeah.
it is kind of crazy as a mechanic.
Yeah.
It'll also provide that funny sound of just
Yeah. Yeah, it always makes a sound whenever you tilt, so it's also pretty useful. But you could, like, kind of basically use it as your sound cue, I suppose. Or you could just use it as your movement to get an idea, so... I could go a lot faster, but unfortunately, I'm not... I mean, I guess I can consider myself above average with tilt boosting, but I could go... Like, you could go as high as, like, I don't know. I think you could go, like, to 209? I could be wrong. You could go a lot faster, basically, so... But unfortunately, I'm not that good at it yet, so... And it also definitely doesn't disturb your fingers either, so that's also a thing.
Well, they say lightning never strikes twice, but those cars
Yeah,
out there-
remember that. Each of these tilt boosts is like 2 button presses that he has to do. So
Yeah.
that's an arrow key and like I think the F
Shift.
key by default. Okay, shift.
Left shift.
Yeah.
So like, I'm just basically like alternating from left to right for the arrows.
But it looks like it's only getting worse.
Yeah, I almost got myself resetting on the
Quinn's
off track.
definitely in the zone. Just look
Yeah.
at his determination.
Unlike the rest of the game, the off-track counters on piston
He's
cups are
picking
quite
them off
forgiving.
one at a time.
Yeah. Like, they're like way more forgiving compared to road race.
McQueen is driving like the field is
So like, as
standing
opposed to
still.
like, if you were to just go into the off track
But
zone,
how will you look at them on this platform?
you know how to explain
know, I
that?
think they're saying please and thank you.
Yeah, so if you want a little bit more of an explanation on off-tracks in this game, so the way that off-tracks work is there's like, of course, the off-track zone, and then there's like places where it respawns you. The thing
Yeah.
about the respawns for all of these is like they respawn you ahead, and they respawn you with like a little bit of speed. So
Yeah.
I think it's around like 80 miles per hour by default.
I think it was 90 miles, but I could be
You
wrong.
again?
80 to
It's
90
each-
miles, but it's basically like half of your
Queen
top
is
speed
driving like
around
the
there.
field
Yeah.
is standing still.
Yeah, basically.
So you respawn ahead of the track and with some speed,
Come on.
and for the most part, that is a good thing.
Yeah.
Because
Oh, you like that?
but I mean, it's fine, but
It's mostly... Yeah.
the thing is, it is a very unforgiving system if you're not
Well, they
playing
say
like
lightning never
to
strikes
exploit
twice,
it,
but those
is what I was
Yeah.
trying
cars
to say.
will tell you different.
Because if you go off track for like 2 seconds and then you go and then you're forward in the track anyways, you get snapped up and you get transported back to where you were.
Yeah.
That does not happen on Piston Cup races, thankfully.
Okay, temporary setback.
Yep. Piston Cups also, kind of unrelated, but on Piston Cups, there's like 12 laps for each of them in total. There's like 12 laps that we have to do every single time, so hence this one is like longer compared to the other race.
Yeah. These are very long races. Thankfully, there's less in this category than others, but this is still a long race. And
Well, they say lightning never strikes twice, but those cars out there.
I think this
But
one, yeah,
this is the third. This is the third. This is like middle of the road in terms of length, I think.
yeah. I think it takes us like 4.5 minutes to complete this event, basically like almost a minute.
He's picking them
So,
off one at a
alright, we're now
time.
just about to done with the Piston Cups, and now we're going to second chapter. That was the first
Yep.
chapter that we did. So that was an okay. And now we just click to the main menu, go back to story mode, and it puts us right over here. A lot faster to do. And now, we are now going to be unlocking a new ability, a new mechanic called the boost. So what if you were to combine power slide boosting and boost? A lot more faster.
Yeah,
really
you can see-
useful.
You can see right now he is already like the game's speed limit, which is 180 miles per hour
Yeah.
on road races.
Yeah.
Because
we're gonna,
because it combines the acceleration that you get from the power slide boost
Yeah.
with the boost with the NOS boost basically
yeah.
to just reach. But yeah, it is
Yeah.
insane speed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's really it basically reaches to like 180 already. So, and this is just like one tank only. As we progress more, we will be able to extend our boost ability more and more. This is the first tank. Later on, we unlock the second tank and the third tank. So,
Yeah, and the thing about boost is that it is constantly regenerating, as you can see. It does.
Yeah.
As long as you're not using it, it is regenerating for
Yeah.
every single nanosecond.
yeah. If you fill it up, there's gonna be a cooldown. So that's why we don't use it entirely.
Yeah. Boost management is critical for this run.
Yeah. It's also generally, yeah, it's also like a good thing to have like a boost management as well so that you don't mess it up.
Who's bad? I'm bad.
And what you may have noticed is that I did like an off track earlier that just basically like put us way ahead.
There are very few of those in this run, but this one has like an off track that saves like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
This one right here, if you go into the shortcut right here and then you wait in this off track area, you spawn.
Yeah.
You skip the entire forest, which is a 10-second drive basically.
Yeah. And we don't have to like worry about having to corner all of those stuff and hitting ourselves, so generally a good off track to have, really useful. Alright, we're just about to be... Hold on.
Lady.
See if I can do this. Yep. Alright.
Sick.
Yeah, so I went to the off track instead of going to the finish line because it was faster to do that.
Yeah. Alright, and now we're on Luigi to the Rescue, and this is everyone's favorite minigame.
Yep. We basically have to collect the tires back and bring them back to Luigi's workshop. Is that what you call it?
Luigi's tire shop.
Oops.
Oh no.
Yeah, this is everyone's favorite minigame. There's like, yeah. That second tire in particular is like kind of annoying to get if you don't take it in a good lane or you mess it up. It loses you time if you miss it basically. So
Yeah. There's like three. There's like a bunch. There's like 2 blind tires basically.
yeah,
It's like that one and the one that you just saw behind the fence.
yeah. All
I
right.
must scream to the world my excitement from some place very high.
Don't start tier 2.
Yeah, and now we're going to Sarge's off-road challenge, which is, I guess it's a race that I really like in particular because I practice this mostly a lot, and I think it's just a cool race in general. So
It was a good race.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
a fun glitch.
Oh yeah.
If you
can-
if you go into a marker while boosting, the camera zooms in because this game is 100% functional with no flaws.
Yes, it's perfectly flawless. No issues with it whatsoever.
Speaking of flawless, we didn't mention that Luigi was actually the fastest character in the game.
Yeah, so besides McQueen, Luigi's like the fastest character to like, but like the problem is like he's not playable normally in the regular game. He's only playable in the mini game. So
Ooh.
yeah, that was a little bad. It's okay.
It was so you could take the top route. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, I'm taking that one. I'm not really doing that off track. I practice the shortcut a lot more, so, and I just prefer that shortcut in general. So,
Who's back? I'm back.
of course, that's personal preference. So,
I already did just did a little ramp skip.
what?
You just skip the ramp, the big ramp.
Yeah, I skipped
the
the
big loop.
yeah, I skipped yeah, I skipped the ramp. So instead of like, it basically flies you up in the air. So I opted to not do that and instead drive to the left side to skip that ramp. So, we could also talk about earlier at the start of the stream, at the start of this run, you may have noticed there were like 2 modes. One was called full size and combat. So
So, full size is well. Let's start with compact first, since we're playing it. Compact is the compact version of the game. There's less required events, and less. If there was less optional events too.
Yeah.
So, in some cases, it like restricts you to a different minigame. Like, in the next event where we would play, I believe Sheriff's Hot Pursuit.
yeah, ooh, yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Sometimes if you don't get the toad canceling right, it could do that. So, but it's okay. You can continue.
yeah.
One for the face.
So where we would play a different minigame instead of the race we're going to play.
Yeah.
Because it saves a minute. We
Yeah.
have to play Rust Bucket Race-O-Rama for the compact version of the game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
In full size, there's a lot more things to do. So on this category, it adds like 40 minutes of gameplay.
One for the lady.
Yeah.
So this run would be about an hour and 35, I think, on full size.
I think full size is like an hour and a half. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's some things that there's some differences in like the events we play, like I just said. One of the events that's required in this run is Luigi to the rescue, as you just saw.
Yeah.
We would not touch that on full size because it is not enough trophies for what you get.
Yeah.
And in full size, trophy routing does matter because 139. Thank you, Celeb. Trophy routing does matter because there are some events that are in fact locked behind trophies. Like, they say they're locked behind trophies in this mode, but you already get enough trophies just from doing the required events that it doesn't matter.
Alright, so now we are going to our beloved, what do you call it? Rust Bucket Racerama, the infamous race that's been very gentle to the community, which is a lie.
For context, Rust Bucket Racerama is the game's demolition derby.
Yeah.
But thankfully, it does unlock something useful, which is the second boost tank.
Yeah.
Which is very nice because even though one boost tank is already enough to be very helpful, 2 boost tanks gives you a lot of leeway.
Yeah.
With how you can use your boost.
Yeah, basically. So, just like Piston Cups, as said, we can like actually use our boost and we can like power slide. This one takes about, this one is like 3.5 minutes to complete.
And you're also playing Mater.
Yeah, I'm also playing as Mater, which he has like different physics applied to in the Rust Bucket as opposed to the road race.
And also, ooh, okay, ooh.
It's okay.
Yeah, that is the scary part of Rust Bucket Race.
Yeah, they can hit you as you're going up in the air.
And
like,
because of how this game's physics work,
Yeah, I kind of accidentally like would cancel, which I don't normally do because you can like kind of hit like a bump, which goes you a little bit flying up. So better make sure I dodge those guys so I don't get stuck behind them. There's also like there's also just like objects along the way. So I think that was a way to take the route. And not getting stuck on the fence, getting routed up on the fence.
They're only really obnoxious because they can like sometimes they can reset your power slide.
Yeah. And like as you're going like more faster, they can like just be ahead of you and you're like kind of stuck. So you have to really make sure that you don't get hit by them. So
yeah. Sorry about going away out of the blue there. I got interrupted.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Sorry that I interrupted you too. Is she gonna... Nope, okay. Yeah, I'm fine. But so far, it's not... But so far, I haven't, this hasn't gone bad, thankfully, yet. We still have, like, I don't know, 4 laps to go, so anything could happen at this point forward.
Yeah. It's looking like it's going good so far.
Yeah.
But maybe I shouldn't say it's going good so far. Maybe that'll ruin it.
It'll give me the curse. Like, oh hey, the run's going well. Oh, never mind. I jinxed it. Alright, so we're almost about to be done with this race, and now we're gonna be heading over.
We're going to the next Piston Cup after this, so we won't
Yep.
be able to use the boost yet, but we
Yeah.
will have it for the event afterwards.
Yeah. Nice over jump.
Ooh.
Don't give me the long dialogue, bro. It
That's
always
bad.
gives. Yeah. So that's why we do the dialogue skip, because sometimes it could either give you a short dialogue or it can give you a really long dialogue like that. It also contributes to the run too, because you can lose time as a result. So.
Ready when you...
Alright, now we're in a Piston Cup and just gotta dodge those racers.
And there goes Lightning McQueen, slipping,
Yep, it's okay.
fighting through.
Yeah, of all the Piston Cups in the game, this is probably the one that is affected by the AIs the most as well.
Yeah.
So this
Gotta
is
make
this
it.
is the
Yeah.
second of 2 AI gauntlets that we have to go through in the run.
Yeah. The
Like
one
the-
in... Yeah, continue.
Yeah, the most infamous one is number 64.
Yup.
The yellow car with a black stripe.
Yeah, not this yellow car, but like the one has like yellow and black strips on them, I think. Something like that.
Not that one. That's yellow. That's
No.
like yellow, black, white.
Yeah, not that one. I'll point it out when we see the 64 racer. Shoot. Okay. Okay, so I see it. It's that 64 racer in front of us.
Yep.
This one right here. He really loves to go inside, so hopefully I can just dodge him. Nope, I guess I have to jump over him. Oh, but don't
Yeah.
you worry, I'm gonna jump. Nope, never mind. Okay, yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
He
so, like,
blocks the inside lane, so we can't like go into the outfield. Just
Yeah.
and to block all to like get out of the way of all the other AI cars.
Yeah. Most of the AIs in general like to take the outside, but some of them tend to go to the inside, which could be really annoying. Like that racer who's in front of me, so you can like get stuck behind them and like lose speed as a result, so. And another thing that we didn't do in the first Piston Cup racing is that okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
it wasn't
thank you.
that bad.
Yeah. Another thing that we didn't do in the first Piston Cup racing was going to the pit stop. So like at the bottom right, there's a tire marker. At the moment, it shows as green, indicating that your tires is fine. But if it goes lower, so if it shows up like yellow, it means that you need to change it. If it's red, you need to change it immediately. So it gives you a prompt to do it, but we could just ignore it completely. It doesn't like actually affect the gameplay whatsoever. So
No, I think it was even better than that. I don't think you lost enough tire wear in order to actually get the prompt. So we couldn't do it even if we wanted to.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oops. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's okay. But yeah. I don't know if we move. Hello. Yeah, that was awkward. But yeah, we just skip beat stop entirely because we don't have to do it. So wait, I think you're right. I don't think I could like even get. I don't think I could even get my tires to go yellow, even if I could try it. Maybe.
And there goes Lightning McQueen slipping through the pack.
You'd have to like do it. You'd have to like deliberately do it. You have to like deliberately wear down your tires because if you just try to go optimally, you won't get it apparently.
Yeah.
The only way you're gonna do it is if you just have like spend enough time in the race, so that your tires go to yellow.
Yeah.
But yeah, the mini game it starts a mini game where you just like replace all the tires, wash the headlights, or wash Lightning's eyes, I guess,
Yeah.
and then if you do it fast enough, it'll like skip the lap, and
Yeah.
like teleport you ahead. But the thing is there's like there's obviously the cutscene that you do that goes into the mini game, and then
Yeah.
to like start the mini game, and you have to wait for the cutscene that tells you like how long you took, and then
Yeah.
lightning speeding away. And that takes like 20 seconds alone.
Yeah. I don't even know if you skip the. I don't even know if you can skip the lab normally. I think it just proceeds it. So like you know, you can do 6 and it'll like give you 7. So unless I got that wrong, I think. I don't know. I don't read a beast up this, so. All right,
Yeah, we haven't done stops in years.
Yeah. All right, all right, we're done with the second piston cup, and now we're in the third chapter. And now we are doing Sally's Wheel Sprint. Yeah. Which this one's like I think this is like probably one of my favorite tracks, to be honest. It's like
if any event is is most like a direct recreation of one of the movies scenes, then this one is it. This is based on the scene where Lightning and Sally drive up Tailfin Pass. They drive past the waterfall. You're gonna see it in a second soon.
We go inside of the tunnel, and then we see the waterfall, just like in the movie.
One for the faint.
We drive right past it, and we don't drive on the road because the road is slow. We drive on this awkward shortcut.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I think the only one,
Who's bad? I'm bad.
the only off track in this run that like immediately respawns you basically, without having to manually respawn is on this track. So the only one that like saves time, that is. So it's coming up right here, past the world's largest ball bearing.
Right here.
And
like
it just skipped the whole jump. It skipped the whole jump.
Yep. Pretty cool to have. Now I'm gonna do another tilt canceling error. Let's see. Okay, sure. Oh, I landed. I hit one of the bombs. So I didn't exactly do it right, but it still looked cool, so it's okay. Now I'm not getting sub 2. Yeah, oh well.
Hey, guys, what can I say? Winning's my destiny.
Bad.
Yeah, it's okay. Okay, and now we are going to the next event, which is... I think it's considered hard to do by the community, so...
Certainly, I think it's the hardest race in the game.
Yeah, it's a really tight race.
Anyways, there's DJ.
Yep, and Window.
I hoped you were gonna hit him again.
I sure hope. Now I'll just do this turn around, and then... hopefully I get into this jump. Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Loads of tight turns.
Just barely made it.
I'm bad.
It's too wide. But yeah, you can see it's like it has a lot of turns that you have to take, that you have to be careful of.
And probably the hardest one is in the mine right here.
Oh yeah, the mine, the entrance to the shortcut. I'll show it right now. Let's see. Nice. It's okay. Now we jump up here. Nice.
One for the faint.
And now we just have to repeat that like 2 more times. So let's hope that I don't fail miserably.
The other thing that this race unlocks is the final boost canister.
Yeah, it unlocks the final boost.
We don't actually get to use it all that much in the run.
Yeah,
So-
we only use it on run race, and that's it.
Might. Is it really?
What?
The minecart is the according to Zleb, the minecart is the heaviest non-NPC object in the game. So
I mean,
I think Mac is still heavier, but like that's insane.
yeah. I mean, I guess not that surprising, so... Let's see if I could... Nice.
Ooh, almost got it like perfectly clean.
Yeah, can I? Yep, okay. And now we have to do it one more time, and we're done with this event.
Oh yeah.
Fortunately, when it comes to the third boost can, we can only use the full boost during the last road race.
Yeah. Which is unfortunate, but... Yeah.
One for the
Okay, I had an instinct of jumping for some reason. I didn't mean to jump, but my brain was like, yeah, how about you just jump instead? So, like, the way you jump is like, there's like down arrow and up, so you have to like press 2 of those 2 together so you can jump. Ow.
Ooh.
It's okay.
I'm bad.
And my finger's like pretty close to the arrow, so maybe that's why I jumped.
Look at this. Ka-chow.
Last one.
Nice.
Nice.
Woo! Nice. I was really hoping that it wouldn't go that terrible, but thankfully it was decent, so.
Who's bad? I'm bad.
Let's see if I can get this dialogue skip. It should be relatively easy. You just have to hit this tire that's on the finish line.
Ka-chow.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
And we skip that. Now, gotta make sure I don't crash my game. There we go. Yeah, if you were to press up in the menu after you finished Delinquent Workhouses, it just crashed your game for some reason. I don't know why. And oh yeah, there's that camera again. Yeah, it always happens when you boost over. So
At least if you boost again, it'll avoid it.
Yeah.
It'll return to normal. But if you accidentally boost onto the Luigi to the rescue marker, then you'll be stuck with the zoomed-in camera angle for the whole event,
yeah,
which is
so
not fun.
yeah, we don't have the boost in there, so it sucks.
Ka-chow.
We haven't talked about like the other categories. So this one is no
Yeah.
major glitches.
No major exploits.
Oh, sorry, no major exploits.
So we've already explained what this is. That's no lap skips, no manually resetting from off track, and no out of bounds glitches, or no out of bounds off tracking.
Yeah.
So no lap skip. The only thing you're not allowed to do in no lap skip is lap skip. Yeah, it's very simple.
Yeah.
And the only And the only difference between it and the fully unrestricted category is lap skipping, and lap skipping is this game's most devastating glitch, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really broken.
Every race, I think, has a lap skip. Even
Yeah.
Rust Bucket Race-O-Rama. Even
Yeah,
though that
it
one's
does.
kind of even though that one's nightmarish to do, which
Yeah,
which
but
is
you can
why
sc-
Rust Bucket is like a nightmare on every category.
Yeah,
Because-
Yeah.
One for the lady.
Because
Yeah, it's
it is a pain in the ass to do no lap skip. It's a pain in the ass to do no major exploits. It's a pain in the ass to do the lap skip.
Yeah.
Check me out.
Yeah, Rust Bucket is basically your nightmare on every category. You cannot escape from it.
That's what I'm talking
No lap skip, because of its unrestricted use of the off track, has a lot of really buggy, really cool glitches that it can use to not.
Yeah.
Yeah, what Lev said, it's perfect frame. It is frame perfect button mashing.
Yeah,
category.
yeah. Yeah. Like, for no lap skips, you have to take it in a really specific way so that you can trigger the off track properly, so...
And there's the black screen glitch where if you like respawn from a certain point, I still don't know like what triggers it, but if you respawn
Yeah.
from a certain point, you like get stuck in like a black screen, and you're stuck basically out of bounds forever, and then you can just keep like mashing the off track button to like reset further and further along the track over and over again.
Yeah.
And it used to only be in Piston Cup races, but we did find one. Oh, nice.
Nice. First
Nope.
try, boy. Yeah, and
Is-
now... Yeah, continue.
Well, let's start with High Speed Heist first. So
Yeah.
this is the highway mini game.
Yeah. We have
So
just
you-
finished... Yeah.
We just finished Chicks Challenge. Now we're on High Speed Heist, which is the highway mini game, as I just said, and you just basically drive down the highway as the delinquents from the movie
Yeah.
to catch up to Mac.
What's the matter with you? You crazy?
There's gonna be like 3 characters that we're gonna be playing in this mini game. We're playing as DJ right now. Next one would be Boost, and last one would be Wingo.
We'll get to Wengo when we get to him. But I'm gonna finish what I was talking about with black screen. So it used to
Yeah.
only be on Piston Cups, but there are a couple that were discovered on normal tracks. One of them was Radiator Cap Circuit, and those black screen glitches are the most finicky thing to get in the game.
Yeah.
I would honestly say that in some cases, no lap skip is harder than unrestricted. With
Yeah.
with how finicky the glitches are in that category.
Yeah.
Hey! Watch where you're going!
Yeah, High Speed Heist.
Stay in your
Uh,
lane!
the first 2 levels with Boost and DJ are pretty straightforward. You just go down the highway.
Yeah.
When we get to it on Boost, there's going to be a ramp that spawns, and you just have to land on top of Mac.
Yeah. And, alright, let's see. Yeah, it should be fine. Yeah. Yep.
Yep. And then here's the fun part, which is the pure RNG of the Wingo section, where
Yep.
it Mac's trailer will start like dropping items. Some of them will be like hard objects, and some of them will be the boxes that you have to collect for lightning stuff. And whether or not you get a box of lightning stuff like that, or junk like the boombox, trophy that just spawned, is entirely up to luck. But so far, it's not going so bad.
I know. Okay, that's not bad. Come on, give me another one.
Nope. Okay.
Okay, thank you, game.
Okay.
And now we go to Lightning Strikes Back, which I kind of want to focus, so I'll be silent for a little bit. So sorry about that. I just need to concentrate. All right, so let's see.
Yeah.
Sure.
Just for reference, that was like really good luck that you got there.
Hey, what are you doing? You're gonna blow out the speaker.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Yo, why you buzzing? Hey, what are you doing? You're gonna blow out the speaker.
So that's one way. It's okay.
Yeah. Wrong way. Whoa.
Watch the tanks.
You don't need to.
Ow, man, watch it, fool. Hey, ow. Ow, you trying to rip my stuff or what?
You believe in this?
Come on.
Hey,
It was okay.
honor to beat you.
Could have been a lot worse.
That was. Yeah,
Was it-
that was pretty dang good. Yeah.
Yeah, that was alright. It could have been worse. Usually my average would be 1 minute. Oops. I practice a lot just for this section, so I would not get terrible times. But yeah, where do we begin with Lightning Strikes Back?
Okay, so as you saw, there's 3 boxes that you have to collect from each of the delinquents. All of them except DJ spawn in the same way every single time.
Yeah.
So in order to get them, you have to like slow. Yeah, what he does is he has to slow down. He has to spawn. He has to be like in the middle lane, about the middle lane,
Yeah.
and then he will spawn on the left side of the highway. And you want the left side because, as you saw, you're driving against the traffic, and the racers, the delinquents, will push all the traffic out of the way without hesitation. And you need to hit like the back half of their body with enough force in order to get the box to spawn. And that is
McQueen passes another.
getting 3 of those that fast is an insane feat.
Yeah.
It is very extreme because it is all about like being able to get the right speed at very specific times, so that the AI is not driving off while you're trying to get that speed.
It also, like, it doesn't really help that this event, the Lightning Strikes Back, takes place near the end. So you have to really hope that you get a good time, because it also contributes to your time overall, so... You can get, like, a minute? Yeah.
A bad Lightning Strikes Back is gonna lose you 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Very easily.
900 horsepower.
Yeah, in my personal best, I don't know what time I got. I think I got 1 minute and 7 seconds, and I lost a lot of time as a result of that. I also lost time in that PB run that I did. I also lost time in high-speed heats because I just somehow got the worst one yet. I don't know how that was impossible, so... But in this case, I got pretty lucky with RNG, so thank God for that.
This won't hurt a bit.
Yeah, it's not as much. It's not as much of a RNG. Lightning Strikes Attack is not as much of an RNG like gauntlet as High Speed Heist, but it is still a bit of RNG that you have to account for. But
Yeah.
thankfully, with this method, it is mostly replicable, but it is still an extremely hard thing to
Yeah.
replicate consistently.
Yeah, sometimes in Lightning Strikes Back, the hitbox is just kind of inconsistent. Like, you could literally hit them, but it just doesn't drop the box. So...
Oh yeah, the ghost boxes are the
Oh
worst
yeah, the
part.
ghost... Yeah.
So sometimes you just hit sometimes you hit them and the box like start flying through the level and it'll play the sound effect of you collecting it, but it won't actually give you the box.
Yeah, because it didn't detect it, so...
It didn't like touch lightning's collision detection or something.
Yeah.
Which is a very strange way of doing it, but it is the way that it
Yeah.
does it.
Yeah.
This game is really funny with object collision detection.
Yeah.
McQueen's definitely in the zone. Just look at his determination.
Light and Luigi to the rescue. The tires that you have to pick up also have collision detection, so you like collide with them for a second, and they like push you a bit,
Yeah.
and then you pick up the tires.
Yeah. For some reason, though, if you were to play in the POW version, their collisions when collecting the tires is disabled. I don't know why.
Pack your trunk, pal. You're going home.
But, like, you could say, oh, well, why don't you play the POW version? Well, the problem is that, it has a different off-track air. So, like, when the game resets you off-track, it spawns you in mid-air, as opposed to
Yes, sir.
putting
He sure
you
knows his way around the
normally
track.
in the ground, so...
Ah.
So we just opted to use the I guess you can say the American version, so...
Yeah, the US version, which is the only version on Steam, I think.
Yeah. Well, I think if
so
you were to
basically,
switch... Yeah.
So basically, it's the only version that you can still obtain. It is the best because you don't spawn in midair from an off track. You just spawn on the ground. Doesn't
Yeah.
do anything weird.
Yeah.
Woo-wee. He passed another.
If you were to, like, switch to, like, certain languages on Steam, then it will give you a POW version,
And there goes
so...
Lightning McQueen slipping through the pack. Hey, objects in the mirror may be closer than they appear.
It's okay.
McQueen passes another.
Yeah, this
You know,
was
he
a...
always
Yeah,
runs
this was,
well.
like, this was a pretty good, Los Angeles race
why
so
you gotta be
far.
like
I haven't,
that?
like, screwed up myself in some way.
There seems to be a pack of fans in the upper deck of Section 27 rooting for their favorite racer, Lightning McQueen. McQueen passes another.
Oh man, he
always
actually
runs
has
well
yellow
in this
tires finally.
Oh yeah, I have the yellow tires.
track. And Medford right into the
It doesn't,
wall.
yeah, like I said
He's
before, it
alright.
doesn't
He'll
really
keep
do
on
anything, to be honest. If it does, it's like really, really small change. That you, like, so small that you can't even notice it, so.
Woo-wee. He passed another. Can anyone stop Lightning?
Make a pit stop. Finally made its cameo
He's
appearance.
definitely in the zone. Just look at his determination.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's okay.
Wow, will you look at him moving aside for him?
Alright, so the
Come on,
final
get that second
time
place
is
in
gonna
the
be
bank.
coming up relatively really soon.
Yeah,
So
it's about 10 seconds from now.
3 seconds. 5. So the timer is about to end in 3,
Wanna see what 900
2,
horsepower looks like?
1, done.
Nice.
Woo, Jesus. That was a pretty entertaining run, I think. Despite some shenanigans moments, I think. We did it.
Yeah,
was a good
pretty
one.
pretty solid run.
Yeah, it was a solid run.
Ooh, I almost almost forgot.
Really a good one.
Ready to go racing?
Ah, GG's. That was a good one. Yeah. Well, at least it didn't go as terribly as I hoped it would go, so that was a good one. Ow. I tried jumping over there. I don't have
Quick,
backwards enabled.
Quick, how many postcards can you get before you have to stop?
What do I have to do?
Quick, how many postcards can you get before you have to stop?
What? Oh wait. Well, Alright, post-start time. Let's see how many times can I save. That's 1, 8. Climb up over there, please don't miss. Ah, okay. Let's see about this one. Make it jump. Make the jump. Yes. And now we go over here. Yeah. Where is it? Right here. We, actually, no. Okay, right here. Did I? Okay, I'm trying to remember on top of my head. I should be all of them. Right here. Wrong one. Go here. Let's see if I can get this jump.
One for the ladies.
Maybe slow down a little bit. Let's see. No!
No, okay.
It's okay. I can do it a second time.
Alright, let's get this jump and then I think we can call it off.
Yeah, we can just call it off. Yes!
Yes!
We did it, boy! And done. We got it. 6 cards. Alright. Well, that was a really fun run. I'm glad that I was able to participate in this marathon. So
Glad I was able to commentate.
Yep, and you too. Yeah, I had fun, so thank you for this. And I think that's like everything. I don't have
Any shoutouts?
you can join our actually, do we even have like a custom URL for the Discord server? I don't think we don't.
No, we don't. But it's on our speedrun.com page.
Yeah,
Speedrun.com/cars.
Yeah, and you can join our Discord server over there, so that's it. Thank you for having me, and I'm pretty much done. So